There's something deeply humbling about crossing into your 80s. It's not just another decade, it's a threshold few reach, and even fewer thrive in. People often romanticize old age as a peaceful chapter, but the truth is, most don't make it far past 80. Not because the body gives up, but because the soul does. Let's explore the 7 deep reasons why this happens, and how some people defy the odds, living not just longer but better in their final chapters. Reason number 1. The loss of purpose. You see, one of the biggest killers after 80 isn't disease, it's purposelessness. When a person no longer feels needed, useful, or engaged with life, something inside begins to shut down. The world becomes smaller. Days blur together. There's no job to report to, no children to raise, and often no one calling for help or advice. And when a person feels like they're just filling space, not contributing, the mind and body quietly begin to disconnect from life. But those who live long beyond 80 often have one secret. They found a reason to wake up. Maybe it's tending to a garden, writing a memoir, mentoring someone younger, or simply showing up to the local cafe to see familiar faces. They don't need to change the world. They just need a reason to care. Reason number 2. Shrinking social circles. Imagine reaching an age where most of the people who've walked with you are no longer around. Friends pass, spouses pass, sometimes even children. The social landscape thins out, and loneliness becomes more than an emotion. It becomes a quiet threat. The kind of threat that whispers, "Why stick around?" Human beings are wired for connection, no matter how old we are. Those who make it well beyond 80 often build new social rituals. Weekly bridge games, phone calls with grandkids, volunteering, or even making friends with their neighbors' dogs. They stay open to connection. They let the world in, even if it's unfamiliar. Reason number 3. A culture that discards the old. We live in a world obsessed with youth. Young skin, young ideas, young ambition. Somewhere along the line, aging became synonymous with irrelevance. That message seeps into the minds of the elderly. You don't matter anymore. And when you believe that, why would your body fight to stay alive? The people who live long don't internalize that message. They know their stories matter. They know their presence is a kind of wisdom, even if the world forgets. They carve out spaces where they are still seen, maybe not by the masses, but by someone. Reason number 4. The decline of curiosity. Curiosity is a life force. The people who fade quickly after 80 are often those who stop being curious. They stop learning. They stop asking questions. They stop trying new foods, reading new books, exploring new ideas. Life becomes a loop, not a journey. But the rare ones, the ones who keep going, are endlessly curious. They ask, "What's that bird I keep seeing on my window? What's this new app the kids are using?" They take a cooking class. They listen to audiobooks. They talk to strangers. They don't just live longer, they live more fully. Reason number 5, fear of burdening others. After 80, many people become afraid of becoming a burden on their children, their caregivers, the world. This fear leads to isolation. They stop asking for help. They downplay their struggles. They bottle things up and suffer in silence. But what they don't realize is that asking for help is not weakness. It's a bridge. Those who live longer often accept help with grace. They let others love them. They allow themselves to be taken care of without shame. And in doing so, they stay connected, not just physically, but emotionally. Reason number 6, unprocessed grief. Over a lifetime, we accumulate grief. Losses, regrets, betrayals, missed chances. Many people carry those wounds silently into old age, but after 80, the weight of that grief can become unbearable. And when it remains unspoken, unprocessed, it begins to erode the will to continue. Those who live long past 80 tend to have something in common. They've faced their grief, not escaped it, faced it. They've cried the tears. They've had the hard conversations. They've forgiven. They've let go. They've come to peace with the reality that life has been both beautiful and brutal, and that both were worth living through. Reason number 7, the body follows the mind. Finally, and perhaps most powerfully, the body follows the mind. When a person mentally checks out, when they stop envisioning the future, stop making plans, stop imagining possibility, the body interprets that as a cue. It's time to let go. But those who defy death past 80 often keep imagining forward. They say, maybe I'll take that trip next summer, even if they know they might not. They say, I wonder how my great-granddaughter's voice will sound, or I can't wait to see the cherry blossoms bloom again. These thoughts aren't fantasy, they're fuel. They keep the inner fire burning, even in the chill of old age. So what can we learn from this? Longevity isn't just about exercise, diet, or medication. Those things matter, yes, but life past 80, rich, full, meaningful life, is built on something deeper. It's built on emotional vitality. It's built on relationships, on relevance, on curiosity, on purpose. It's built on choosing every day to still participate in life, even when it gets quiet, even when others stop noticing. And maybe that's the ultimate takeaway. The people who live long after 80 don't just wait to die. They keep living on purpose. They build little routines of joy. They speak truthfully. They open their hearts. They stay interested in the world and let the world remain interested in them. If you're watching this and you're already over 80 or heading there, know this: you're still here for a reason. Don't fade away quietly. Live. Really live. Find your new rhythm. Reach out. Create something. Love deeper. Speak your story. Laugh more. Cry when you need. Take up space. And remind everyone around you that aging isn't the end of the story. It's the most honest, most courageous, and most unfiltered chapter of all. If you're younger, take this as a message from the future. You don't just arrive at a vibrant old age, you build it. One choice at a time. Start now, with curiosity, connection, and purpose, so that when you cross that threshold someday, you'll walk through it ready to live, not just survive. So, if you're still here, watching this, something in this message probably stirred you. Maybe you saw a glimpse of your own future. Maybe you thought of your parents, your grandparents, or maybe you just realized that life, no matter your age, is more fragile and more powerful than you ever imagined. This isn't just a video about aging, it's a wake-up call, a reminder that life isn't guaranteed, not in your 80s, not even tomorrow. But what is guaranteed is the opportunity to live with intention, every single day. You see, we spend our younger years racing, chasing achievements, money, relationships, status. But most people never pause to ask, what kind of old person do I want to be? Not just how long I want to live, but how I want to live when the noise fades, when the spotlight dims, when the crowds disappear. Will you be the kind of elder who fades quietly into the background, or the kind who still lights up a room with wisdom, presence, and warmth? And if you're not there yet, maybe you're 40, 50, or even 25, here's the truth: no one tells you the way you age is being shaped right now. By the habits you form, the relationships you nurture, the curiosity you keep alive, the grief you allow yourself to heal, the purpose you choose to follow. Aging doesn't start at 80. It starts the moment you stop participating in your own life. So ask yourself, when your body slows down, will your spirit still dance? When your skin wrinkles, will your smile still radiate? When most people your age are giving up, will you still be growing? Because the people who live long, meaningful lives after 80 are not lucky. They're intentional. They're awake. They're willing to feel, to love, to learn, and to matter, even in a world that sometimes forgets they're still here. Before you click away, I want you to do one small thing. Take a deep breath and imagine your 85-year-old self. Not just surviving, but laughing, walking, sharing stories, mentoring someone, sitting in the sun, sipping coffee with shaky hands but clear eyes. That version of you isn't a fantasy. It's a choice, and it starts today. If this message moved you, share it. With someone younger who needs perspective, with someone older who needs hope, or maybe just save it for yourself, for a day when you need a reminder that your story isn't over. Because no matter your age, you're still becoming.